Alright everyone, it's been a little while since my last raid video. I mean, not too long, it's only been about a week or so, but that's definitely unusual considering the amount of videos that I used to upload before. A while ago I was uploading pretty much a video every single day, sometimes even more. Then I kind of slowed things down to a video maybe every 2 to 3 days, but it's been about a week or so now since my last video. And I wanted to put this out there because patch 2.2 is here. We've actually got a pretty significant update compared to the size of updates that we normally get in the game anyway, and I wanted to talk about this update, kind of my impressions, and also talk about it coming from somebody who has not been playing the game as much. I've unfortunately been losing interest, and is this patch and the future direction of the game, is this going to ramp up my interest in the game again? And I will say, at least for today, I've played more than I've played in the last week. Normally, I've only been playing about 15 to 30 minutes a day, just kind of going through and doing my dailies, doing the things that I pretty much have to do every single day unless I want to lose out on those rewards. But today, I actually did some experimentation here, went and tried to figure out some more information about the Forge because I'm really interested in this cool crafting system. And I also spent a good amount of time in the Classic Arena and actually Tag Team Arena, not necessarily because I want to or I think they are without their problems, but some of the new crafting materials actually do indeed come from the Classic Arena, so, you know, Plarium is pushing people to end up going to play that. Now, something else that I noticed here is this icon. The Doom Tower icon is now officially in the game menu, and this is a really cool sign. I don't think that it has any extreme significance except for the fact that obviously it's going to be coming in a update in the near future, but I also noticed that if you go to the dungeons here, they still have the original Void Tower, or I guess the Doom Tower, still next to the keep. So I don't know if this is going to be something else. Maybe it's just going to be another way to get to the Doom Tower, but I'm really happy to see that not only is the Doom Tower going to be coming soon, but they've already got the early info for it. Like I said, though, take it with a grain of salt, pun intended, because they had this exact same type of, you know, interface for Faction Wars for a very long time before Faction Wars came out. So it's coming, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be, you know, like next week or even next month. It could still be a little while before the release. But anyway, that's moving forward into the future. Let's talk about the update that we got today, 2.2, and what does it mean? What does it mean for the future of the game? What are my first impressions? What are the good? What are the bad? And what is there to really take away from it? Well, I want to talk about the crafting system first, because this is the thing that I am most interested in. I think the advanced quests are really cool as well, but it's almost like just adding more dailies to do. So, you know, it is new content in a sense, but the crafting system I am really interested in, and I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm sure I'll have another video in the near future with more details about it, but what I really wanted to figure out was what were the limiting materials and what were the materials that you're probably going to end up with too many of them going forward. Because obviously, you know, the amount of materials that you get, each one is not equal. If you get a ton of materials for one thing or one kind of material, you get tons and tons of them, but you are missing out on another material and you need them both in order to craft stuff. Well, obviously, the material that you get tons and tons of is not going to be as important. And just at a glance here, it does look like all the options that we have for crafting right now do indeed use this blue material here, which does come from the Classic Arena. And I have mixed feelings about this. You know, they could have made it come from campaign, they could have made it come from other stuff, but they also could have made it come from Tag Team Arena, and I still think that if they had the choice between putting it between Classic Arena and Tag Team Arena, I think I am more happy with them putting it in Classic Arena. I know that they could have put it in Tag Team considering it's newer and they want to push that content, but I have mixed feelings about it because obviously there are still a ton of major problems with the arena. It's obviously gotten a lot more difficult, and especially for newer players, you know, this is always a struggle here. So I know that I've been getting 2 to 4 of these. You can see it tells you how many you get at each victory now. I want to know, those of you guys who are in the lower tiers, how many of the crafting materials do you get, and do you guys feel like it's really difficult for you in order to keep up with them for the crafting system? But something else that I noticed about this is that they are really pushing Faction Wars. This is going to become a keystone aspect of the game now. It already was for like super endgame players, people who really wanted to push the limits of what their teams can do, but now it's really a big deal because you get these materials from Faction Wars in addition to glyphs, and in order to end up crafting a lot of the higher level stuff here, you need the ability to actually progress forward into Faction Wars. So it looks like you need to, at the bare minimum, get to stage 13 to give yourself a chance to get these legendary materials. And if you cannot end up getting to stage 13, then you cannot end up getting those legendary materials, and you won't be able to do the legendary crafting, or at least the crafting of the highest tier right here. So Faction Wars has definitely become much more important than it was before the update. Obviously, Classic Arena for these right here. But there's also some other stuff too. So these are all from Faction Wars. You can see this one is also from Faction Wars. So you've got the different materials that have different rarities. You can see this one right there is going to come from Faction Wars. A lot of them do end up coming from Faction Wars. So Arena, Faction Wars, and there's one other one that I want to discuss here, which is for the top two, which is these sets were previously only from Platinum Arena, and that is this one right here, the Core Hammers. And I believe for the deflection, it's also core hammers, right? These end up coming from events and tournaments, and you know, right now it might seem really generous, the amount of them that we are getting from Plarium, but I would be careful of this, because what this also means now is if you end up going to the event screen and the tournament screen, you'll see that they've actually gone through, and a lot of the previous stuff that we had as rewards from these events are now crafting materials. So this gives Plarium the ability to potentially really change the rewards quite a bit. You know, if they used to end up giving you ancient shards, you know, skill books, all that sort of stuff, like, I still think they will, but, you know, they could definitely squeeze out a few decent rewards by putting in crafting materials as well. It's going to depend how many of them they give us and how useful they really be. I'm sure, you know, Chosen, somebody will crunch the numbers and do the math, comparing, like, the old event rewards that we used to have and then the new event rewards with these new crafting materials to really figure out, like, truly in the end, you know, once you factor in how valuable the crafting materials are, which rewards were better, the old ones or the new ones. And I would just say, guys, I would definitely take it with a bit of a grain of salt, pun intended. But anyway, I'll be doing some more experimentation with that in the coming future. The other thing that we've got, of course, is Advanced Quests. And, you know, Advanced Quests, I think it's cool. I'm happy that they put in more stuff to do in-game. Obviously, you've got some really interesting rewards here as well. Experience 5-star chicken, which is nice. They could have made it a 4-star chicken, an epic book, and a legendary book. And the rewards from these do end up giving you things like Faction Wars keys, a couple of gems, a little bit of energy. It's nothing super crazy. You know, it's kind of comparable to the rewards from Daily, except I did not get a full energy refill today. It was just like 50 energy, 5 gems, but it's better than nothing. So it's nice that they added this into the game, and you know, we'll have to see as well, because I see that some of these advanced quests might end up being a little bit annoying, but most of them should be pretty reasonable. Like fight in the arena with the team of the single affinity, you know, I could definitely see how that might be annoying for some people. You know, beat a Faction War stage with one rare champion. You could always just do a low-level one. Survive 20 turns against the Demon Lord. You know, fight the Tag Team Arena. It looks like this is kind of the place in the game where they're having you go to the Tag Team Arena, but we'll have to see how these play out over time. You know, those are the two big things. The one thing that I really didn't talk a whole lot about is the champion rebalancing, and I'm going to kind of stay away from that in the video because, to be perfectly honest, guys, I have not been playing the game enough lately to really dive too far into the extreme breakdown of the champion rebalance. All I know, there was some good, there was some bad, definitely mixed feelings about what was going on there, but, you know, this was obviously a very, very big patch for champion rebalancing. Now, what does this all mean? What do I think about the future of the game going forward? Is this bringing me back? I definitely think that it is a, you know, a step in the right direction, and it's probably the biggest patch that we've had when it comes to new stuff to do for a while. And that is also something that I'm saying with mixed feelings because, you know, it's the most we've had, but, you know, a lot of patches in the game, they've not been very big, and I really hope that they continue updates on kind of the same scale that we're seeing with this, where they're actually providing a good chunk of new stuff to do and a good chunk of things to actually feature rather than minor quality of life things here and there. Now, in terms of keeping me interested in the game, you know, we'll have to see. I definitely played more today than I have played in the last week, and I really want to, you know, figure out more about this crafting system, you know, learn all that stuff, and maybe put out a couple of videos. But, you know, I don't know for sure how much this is going to get me involved in the game again. I guess this is one of those things where I'll have to say, you know, I'll have to take it day by day. And I want to really end things off just by saying, guys, that, you know, I didn't quit, and that's not really the kind of person that I am. I never officially come out and say I'm quitting a game. I'm never the person to go from, you know, 100 to 0. You could always tell based off of the amount of videos that I end up putting out for a game what my interest and involvement in that game is. The more videos that you see on a more consistent basis, the more interested and more involved I am in the game. If you start to see videos and uploads slow down, that means that obviously I'm not as interested or as involved in the game. And that's kind of, taking course here with Raid. So over the next week or so, you guys might see some more videos from me, considering we just got a new patch, and I definitely have some things that I want to do and talk about. But in the future, I really cannot predict it. I don't know for sure, and we'll just kind of have to see what stuff Plarium throws at us our way. So let me know what you guys think about this patch. What do you guys think about the new things that came to the game, the size of this patch compared to the other ones that we've had, and all that sort of stuff? So feel free to let me know in the comment section of the video, but that's going to be about it for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed. And if you did and you want more videos, feel free to check them out. They should be popping up on the screen right about now, or in the suggested videos to your right or below. But if not, have a fantastic day, everyone. Take care, and until next time, this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.